Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test. 1, 2, 3. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3. Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test. 1, 2, 3. Test, test, test.
One, two, testing, 1, 2. How are we sounding? How are we going? Going good. How are you? Let me know what you think about that one. Testing, 1, 2, testing, 1, 2. Beautiful. Very nice. A warm welcome to you watching on YouTube. We are at Olympic Park today for the traditional Melbourne derby. Heidelberg host South Melbourne in what is a beautiful Melbourne afternoon. The pitch in beautiful condition. The players jostling to their respective positions to get this one underway. Of course, we are a little bit late. Kickoff was meant to occur 6 minutes ago. The reserves game had gone a little bit longer than expected. My name is Adam Palombi. It's a pleasure to be amongst it today for what's intended to be quite the afternoon of football here in Heidelberg. Many talking points surrounding this fixture. Both sides with 5 rounds of football played, certainly looking to claim some points on offer with topsy-turvy starts from both outfits. Of course, they were only here against each other a couple of weeks ago. The April 14 Cup round, the Nike Cup it was, where Heidelberg had gone to win 2-0. From that occasion, certainly sparked controversy. The side in blue have a point to prove. We'll have the lineups for you in a matter of moments. We'll get that rolling with the away side. In goal was Esposito. Micallef is the captain. Papatsanis, Hermano, Sebus, Christensen, Hornopoulos, Westland, Lejajic, Rapp and Taranto all on the park. Christensen leading the number 9. Can she perhaps emulate the season South Melbourne captain and number 9 for their men's side in Harrison Sawyer is currently having, leading the Golden Boot race for the men's season. Focus on the home side and their lineup for today. She's panicking before the game. Mia Bailey, she is in goal. Pereira, French, Galea, Galuccio, Lockhart, Miata, Papalia, Rabin, Torre and Valhopoulos. All featuring for the Burgers this afternoon. Lockhart, of course, was recipient of round 4's goal of the week. A brilliant chip over Camilleri of Caldy United, in which across the NPL competition was Heidelberg's last victory. Meanwhile, Bailey had to scramble off her line, having spoken to her parents who are in attendance today, having made the trip down from Cairns. In lead up to this contest, she had forgotten her kit and boots at home before making the trip to Olympic Park. So to quote the mother of Bailey, she was panicking this morning. And apparently when she panics, she has a tendency to provide a bit more to the contest in terms of performance. We'll see how that shapes up. As Galea, of course, the captain for Heidelberg last week. Captain's contribution to full effect, scoring the equaliser in a remarkable 4-4 comeback draw against the Burundara Eagles away from home at the Venator Club. They were 4-1 down at half-time, Heidelberg. Miraculously crafted the comeback and claimed a point, in which looked very unlikely at half-time. Louis Spiridis and Georgiadis, the respective managers on the touchlines today, as Heidelberg have drawn a corner. Of course, last week they had gone behind in quick succession, looking to perhaps go in front early. Shuka Miata. Galea was the target. She couldn't get there in time. South looking to play on the counter attack. Christensen making a nice forward run. Wasn't to be picked out. You can see the captain getting involved. McAuliffe trying to see what was ahead of her. Or for the throw-in to be taken. Papadzanis with the throw. Christensen controls. Papadzanis just forced out of play. By Barrerio. Fine throw, it's going to reach the target. Able to trap, they were in a deeper forward area. It's Barrerio. Right along the manager's touchline. Miata. Rabin was the target. She might be onto that. The flag has stayed down. Rabin chipping past. Lockhart running into space. And the, well, audacious effort from Papalia. Esposito happy to see that sail over her crossbar. So they moved it quickly there, Heidelberg, to allow for the chance to open up. Can't blink when Lockhart is in the box. Certainly can change the complexion of the game whenever she likes. Valhopoulos getting stuck in. Winning the possession momentarily. And there's potentially a chance for Heidelberg now. They continue forward. Gleaming opportunity, which was forced behind for a corner. Rabin looking lively early on. If we are to discuss Heidelberg and their recent transfer activity, Melbourne's very own Alana Jansevski back in the NPL women's competition, signing with the Burgers. Of course, she's only eligible to play as of next month, given the transfer and contract jurisdictions. So the ball's whipped in. Keeper hasn't dealt with it. Clearance off the line. Galea trying to bundle it in. And as she was trying to perhaps get something on the ball for it to cross the line, inadvertently hitting her in the hand region. So South happy to reclaim possession following the handball. Bit of a let-off perhaps. So big movements in terms of transfers for Heidelberg, with Jansevski coming across. Of course, representing Adelaide United in the A-League women's competition. Quite the player, was involved at St. Monica's College. Establishing himself as quite the women's manager. Of course, having tenures with Calder United. Most recently, being involved with the Philippines national side. It's always positive to see Australians being represented on the big stage, in which football has in comparison to other codes across the nation. Tidy footwork allowed for the pass to be received by Christensen. Tried making some movement, the chance dispatched. Comfortable for Bailey. She throws quickly. Stepping off the line and receiving the ball for South. They want to continue their forward movement. Options in the centre. Hume, in the meantime, very composed, was Valhopoulos. Miata, first time pass. And Heidelberg want to go. Here's Galea. There was an overlap. Target found. Corner earned. So French with the overlap initially for Galea. She was picked out. It's a great ball from Miata. the centre of the pitch to a wide area to allow for that forward move to occur. Second corner for Heidelberg. Take it short, shifting gears was Rabin. She kept going, takes some stopping, got a bit overzealous in trying to keep the ball. Not sure if that was appreciated by the South centre half in Westland. Getting another free kick for South in that very similar region to where the first one was awarded. Shuka Miata came across. Kajajic unable to venture forward. Of course, she's in left wing today. On the left wing, rather. Hermano throws. Kajajic controls. Valhopoulos getting a fair share of it. Of course, scored the decisive penalty in the round 4 victory against Calder United at home. That was a topsy-turvy game of football. Both sides being awarded penalties, which were both converted. Calder had lead at one stage following a rare blip from Bailey. But they rectified their performance and got the result on that occasion. It's only their second victory of the season. That's a brilliant ball. Meanwhile from South over the top. And there was Bailey. Although the monumental error on that day, she had played rather well. A lot of threat possessed, of course, with Calder. They're attacking Arsenal. Players like Mamiambo and Shimizu all involved in the current goal scorer race, which it could be anybody's at the moment, given how even all the goal scoring has been. Look at the Golden Boot race currently. Burundara Kerry Eagles. Ozevsky currently on 5 goals. Of course, Heidelberg's very own Lockhart is amongst there. He's currently on 3 goals for this season in 5 appearances. Papalia accumulating the same amount, of course, 1 less game played in comparison to the number 9. South also having their number 9 in on the goals. 3 appearances, 3 goals for Christensen. Bit of firepower amongst today's respective lineups as they tried to clear. Lockhart received in the box, couldn't spin away. Valhopoulos tried to do the same. McAuliffe gets it out wide. Runners venturing forward for South. Sebwoods moving it on. French intervening. Valhopoulos now to go on the counter. Papalia. Lockhart in support. They queue up in the centre. French at the back post. Christensen trying to get ahead of Galuccio. She's making it a real task for the Heidelberg number 12. She finally comes away with the ball. Of course, quite the decorated player for the Burgers women's side. 50 appearances she reached in round 4 for the club. Second stint at the club. Definitely regarded amongst the ranks. As McAuliffe got the shot away, Bailey unbothered. Clams with no real qualms about it. She goes very long. Bouncing ball to be dealt with. Meanwhile, that's brilliant from Galea. Lockhart might have been offside. Galea settles her feet. Got the shot away. Nearly from the captain. Diving was the goalkeeper. Esposito to palm it away. As Galea jostles towards the ball to take the corner. On a personal note, it is difficult to give the Heidelberg players any time when they're in front of goal. Lockhart in round 4 scoring that chip effort, which came really from nowhere. Completely off guard. I was upon it as Valhopoulos went towards the box. That one's cleared towards the stands. So the physio being called upon to Olympic Park, and be remiss not to mention what occurred last time this happened in the Night Cup, where Georgiadis was involved. He was sent off, the manager, having had a discussion with the referee in relation to his physio aiding to a player. The officials on that occasion didn't see that within the protocol. So the card was awarded to the physio in the Night Cup of South Melbourne. Georgiadis was issued a yellow for his words about it. All for that yellow to be rescinded and a red to be awarded. Of course, Georgiadis, he's well known around Heidelberg, having played here within his playing career, all the way back in the NSL days, I presume. Possibly the fitting time to call upon the match officials for today. Courtney Van Deesen is the referee. Assistants Liam Robinson and Harry Harvey. On the respective lines, the fourth official, Matthew Maroulis. Had a brief chat to him in the pre-game. Definitely was excited for it, as I'm sure you are at home. It's French, tried to find Valhopoulos, and in doing so earns the corner. So Heidelberg forcing the issue. They've had majority of the play inside their attacking half. Miata. Galea. Fine ball to the central region of the box. Nobody there attacking it. But Adio fires back in. Keeper had to deal with it. Lockhart was applying some pressure. And Esposito being busy early on. She looks to play short out the back. Chronopoulos. Got it. Then got it back. And concedes possession. Lockhart trying to use her body to get away. Couldn't do so. Hermano. Taranto, of course. If you look at the South Melbourne Instagram page, I might say she's number 21. She has the 22 kit on this afternoon. As Sebwood's got it wide. But Jajic, uncertain on what she was trying to manufacture there. Bailey been routine so far. Once more, unbothered she wasn't claiming. Shuka Miata, or Ashka Miata rather, Japanese international. Had stints in Singapore and other parts of Asia. Playing outdoor, of course, plays for the Preston Pantheresses on a Wednesday night at Series Futsal, up in Series Futsal Arena in Thomastown. If you think she's decent at playing outdoor, you must tune in on a Wednesday night. Quite the sight to behold when Ashka is representing the Pantheresses. Explosivity and quality she provides to Jay Sultana's indoor side. It's nearly second to none. Of course, few Preston Pantheresses featuring for Heidelberg. Musto, one of them. Galea has in the past. She got the pass to Lockhart. As Miata scanned the space intelligently. Moved it back. Galuccio now. Heidelberg pushing up. South sitting back for the moment. Pereiro going to get round the pressure. McAuliffe getting stuck in. Had two shirts confronting her. Heidelberg trying to hold the press. South evading it nicely. Jalic the target. There's French intervening to nullify it for the meantime. Hiramo down the line. McAuliffe. Had Tode applying some pressure. McAuliffe kept going. Got the ball in. Christensen, big chance for South, which somehow hasn't been taken. It was a fine cross from the captain. Christensen getting something on it, but at the back post and not there to convert. It was Sedwards. Bailey perhaps making herself big at the crucial moment. Big let off for the home side. And that passage of play, South had held the ball supremely well, withstood the pressure from United. And the captain contributed the best way she could to get the ball into the box. She nearly carved the deadlock to be opened. Galea nearly did the same at the other end. Tried to go forward to Lockhart. She's getting stuck in. Haven't seen too much of her this afternoon so far. Still heaps of time for that to change. Pereiro just scanning the region around her because South have moved to that side of the pitch. Down the right flank they go. Patzanis was leading that charge momentarily. Valhopoulos, very composed. Recycles through Galuccio. Tode happy to go back to the goalkeeper. Now to get things moving. Late into April, with winter well and truly around the corner. It's such a nice sight to see the sun gleaming down upon the pitch. Maybe not for the fans around me. Some perhaps getting in the eyes of a lot of sunglasses out in display. But for the players on the park, pristine conditions, no real breeze to talk about. The pitch, almost like carpet. Seen some fine quality football so far. Bit of a cagey affair in truth. Both sides having chances, of course. You wonder who's going to strike first. Of course, these clubs share abundance of history. One of the oldest derbies across Australia. Regardless of what age group or who's playing, it's definitely the bragging rights both clubs are after. That's Galea. Tried to withstand the pressure. French onto Galea. She has space to run into. She goes central. First time pass, a brilliant one towards Lockhart. And South with Hornopoulos just dealing with that for the meantime. A very deep throw in right near the corner flag. French with the sun in her eyes. Bounces to Galea. All for an offside to be called by Van Diesen. Eagle eye, the official. She spotted it before the linesman. Christensen gets in the way. Miata steals it. Valhopoulos controls and spins around. Tremendous bit of play from Valhopoulos if she can find a teammate. Couldn't do so. Jajic amongst it. Christensen. Valhopoulos getting stuck in. Really a David and Goliath case there in terms of size differentiation. Scooping out the back. Valhopoulos had it stolen. Christensen turning onto her right foot, gets the pass away. Jajic. Patsanis got it back from Sebwoods. Cross went in. Nobody at the back post. French not clearing as best as she would have wanted. It's going to remain alive. Christensen going very hard into the back of the fullback French, who's drawn the free kick. Miata playing that Jorginho-like role, dare I say, where she comes into the back four to try and make things work. A deep-lying transitional role. Scalia earned it back on her own merit. Tried going around the mountain, which were the couple of South Melbourne shirts. But Jajic through for Christensen, with Miata backtracking, allowing for Bailey to claim. Their last fixture within the NPL Women's, of course, Heidelberg. They're losing at half-time. 1-0 to Football Victoria emerging. Full-time score, 3-1 loss. In the Night Cup, rather. At the home of the Matildas in Bundoora. So it's only been a 4-day turnaround for them. Of course, on that occasion, haven't exactly changed the lineup they featured on that night. French, who span away, was involved. Relatively unchanged, Musto, the absentee. Of course, FV emerging, being the team in the competition of the National Premier League to look out for. Currently in 4th place. As Christensen tried finding a blue shirt in the box. Bailey stopping the danger. Relatively evenly matched across the whole landscape of the competition so far. Every side claiming a victory in spite of position on the ladder. Still the early proceedings of it. A lot of football left to be played. As for Hopoulos, might have lost that one in the sun. She directed the header, just not towards a teammate. Lockhart trying to find the tackle, breaking away. West South. Miata got in the way to prevent the pass. Earns it back from Valhopoulos. Galea. Lockhart the target. Trying to use her body to get beyond the South defender she was. Valhopoulos. Galea searching pass. Partizanis intervening. McAuliffe the target. The deepest player for South. Heidelberg and it and go all the way back with Bailey. Having spoken to Heidelberg officials prior to the commencement of the game, the keys to victory today, focusing on how they want to take the emotion out of this one. Of course, they know South are rolled up. They're ready to go. They have a point to prove. Of course, at the expense of their longest rivals. Try to take out the emotional element. Control the game. Play with purpose. And withstand the pressure which South like to apply. So far, it's gone according to the script for Heidelberg. They've nullified any possible threat you might find from Christensen or the Jajic or McAuliffe for that matter. Galea with the most opportunistic chance, which she hadn't converted. Esposito had to get across. So just over half an hour of football played, and it's turning into a bit of a chess match, this one. You'd expect the next big opportunity might culminate in the game just coming to life a little bit more. Of course, South did have a big chance of their own. Heidelberg looked to find one through Galea. Long ball, and Galea tried going around the South Melbourne defender. Esposito had to rush off her line. Panopoulos with the intervention. Torre happy to go all the way back and restart through the keeper. Of course, coming up in May is Female Football Week across the nation. A lot of workshops and participation incentives offered by all governing bodies nationwide. Definitely a sport with a lot of promise at the moment, especially off the back of the success as a nation we had at the World Cup, both on and off the pitch, in terms of hosting the tournament as well. Certainly was very well received in all parts of Australia. The Matildas becoming the most likeable side, you could argue, across the world in terms of how well received they were within their own nation. Of course, a lot of those Matildas feature in the A-League and Premier League across Europe. Heidelberg and South, both clubs looking to enter the second national tier, which is set to begin as of next year. The name was rumoured throughout the week to be the Australian Championship. So already nearly halfway through the 2024 calendar year. 2025 will come before you know it. These two sides eventually might find their way back to the top flight of Australian football. Miata somehow kept it away and span brilliantly in the centre of the park. The pass not matching the move. Hermano composed, got away from Lockhart. Potentially a chance to hit on the break. Lejajic trying to make up some ground. French applying the pressure with the back track. Feels as if Lejajic wanted the run from Christensen. It never arrived. So the move went begging. Firm press from Seb Woods. She earns it back off Papalia. Evocative pass targeted towards Christensen. Galuccia hadn't dealt with it, nor did Tode. As Christensen, fine run in behind. Chance for the number 9. Bailey in the way. And you felt as if when Christensen was behind following that fine pass she had received, the whole right side of the goal was gaping. She opted to go towards what was the near post, which Bailey was all over. So South with their first corner. Taken short. Ball dispatched towards the near post. And Bailey wanted to get things moving quickly. Papalia the target. Patsanis applying that pressure. Pereiro, long ball forward. Lockhart got the pass away. And through the gates went South. Went Heidelberg rather. They have options here. And potentially the opener. While they were in behind. Rabin. Tremendous bit of skill. So therefore the chance to open up. Galea, the paddock of space on the right of the number 11. She went solo, and Esposito wasn't too bothered. Just trickled wide. Lockhart and Miata involved in the build-up. There was Miata once more. Valhopoulos flicking towards the Lockhart region. Pereiro getting a foot on it, finding Papalia. Valhopoulos all over the park so far, the midfielder. Cross comes in, great ball to Esposito getting in the way. Lockhart with the header, cleared off the line, going to be bundled in. Esposito getting in the way right when it mattered. They tried to prod it home from close range, Heidelberg. Esposito climbed to make the initial intervention. Had to be quick to get up to spoil. And much to the delight of the South bench and fans watching, along both in the stands and on YouTube. They keep it level for the meantime. They have had to try weather some of the Heidelberg storm. Their chances coming a little bit more freely now. McAuliffe pressing, forcing Bailey to send long. It's Taranto. Pereiro intervening in her own right to win possession. All for Taranto to reclaim. Lockhart with the pressure. Sedwoods. But Jajic made a run on the left side of the pitch. She was calling for that switching ball. Sedwoods flicking on. Ball in behind. Kajalic, the target. Nipping at the heel. She kept going. Chance for South Melbourne. And they break the deadlock. Klejajic applied the pressure. She was in space within the build-up to the goal. She came across to a more central region of the box, had it stolen off of Galuccio, and fired it beyond Bailey to break the deadlock wide open. 1-0 the away side. With half-time not too far away, you could make the argument that's come against the runner play. Georgiadis will not care, neither will his side. They've taken the lead. Of course, when they had played here in that Nike Cup fixture, the results was a scoreless one for South. But they've rectified that issue today. She took it upon herself, the number 17. But Jajic earned her own ball and finished finely. And she's now looking lively. She wants the ball. She's in a bunch of space. Can Christensen find her? Christensen, deep ball, trying to find the most promising attacking outlet for South as French spun from the pressure of McAuliffe. Notice each time that Jajic has space, she always puts her hand up. She wants the ball in that wide area. With reason. How's that going to change the narrative? Heidelberg tend to make it difficult for themselves. If last week is an indication of such. Half-time approaching the home side. Well, we all know they've got it in them to turn it around. But South at the moment, playing arguably their best spell of football. Jajic was one pass away from being in behind. Hermano. Panopoulos rather tried to find Hermano. Long ball forward for Christensen. Galuccio has to deal with it. Christensen only had herself. And she kept going. Dispatches towards goal. Never caught it the way of, by her own standards, she would have wanted to. Thinking about the goal, something which Heidelberg have struggled with this season is clearing their lines in their defensive half. They have a tendency to muck around a bit with it rather than just no nonsense and having the ball averted. Well, if you want to flip that, you have to give appraisal to the pressure from the South forward. So we're deep into the first half. Stoppage time to be announced shortly. Hasn't really been much of a stoppage aside from the South physio entering the pitch to attend to a South player. Of course, that occurred some time ago now. That wasn't for too long. So unsure on how much time we will receive. The fourth official will have the board up shortly. As Christensen. Jajic out wide, as was Hermano. who receives. She was confronted by the pressure of French, who comes out on top. Her pass trying to find Lockhart. Couldn't do so. Irmano shifts away from French. Christensen very deep, the number 9. Recycles through Hornopoulos. Miata to Lockhart. Potentially a chance on the counter. Long ball forward. Papalia chasing. Pantazanis. Applying pressure. Which culminates in the fumble from Papalia. She squanders possession. And South come away with the ball as Matthew Moranis puts up the board. 2 minutes added on. So this sets us up nicely for the second half. Either side's spent a fair amount of time in the early proceedings of this one, just gauging each other, assessing each other's tendencies. So Heidelberg haven't been able to play that killer pass in behind. Christensen's come a long way offside. So perhaps a very late on chance for Heidelberg. Galucio wanted to go long. Nothing really doing, so she goes sideways to Beredio. She opted to go long. Hermano got a foot on it. McAuliffe with Miata getting stuck in. Ashka has it taken away. Van Diesen noticing something. Sounding the whistle. Long ball forward. Seb Woods impeded by Beredio, who's issued a yellow card. And South, well, they've had more shots on target. And they have an opportunity. The free kick in a very promising position. Christensen quickly to get behind it, as was Taranto. Taranto jostling towards the back post. It was Rapp, actually, behind the free kick. So Bailey has to organise her wall. This will probably be the last chance of the half. And that's one for the side in blue. Rapp and Christensen. Christensen fired. Very wide. As Bailey went for a sprint, she wants to get the thing moving quickly again. Look towards the official. There was Van Diesen, who sounds the half-time whistle. South Melbourne with the advantage courtesy of Jajic's effort, which was a fine one, finding the bottom left corner. The floodlights have been lit up right as this one will go to its half-time break. So stick with us on YouTube. The half-time scores here at Olympic Park. Heidelberg, they trail by a goal to South Melbourne. We'll return shortly to bring you the second half of this round 6 NPL clash.
stop someone coming to the event. And they're charging it when they get off the train. They're already there. And it's not like someone's going to pay €5. Oh, I'm not going to come to them now. It's meant to stop tourists. But they've already got there. And no one's going to knock that down. It's €5. For €5, they're going to go. They're going to go for €5. It's like, they should be 50. They want to stop people. Well, they're trying to have less people there. What they're trying to do is stop pollution. They should stop pollution. Pollution is terrible. To stop the pollution, the cruise people don't actually spend any money. They get off the boat, they talk around Venice, they get back on the boat. They don't eat in Venice, they eat on the boat. But Barcelona banned pollution in Barcelona. It's getting wrong.
Second half has started. South had the kickoff. As the sun, the radio screen turns to 6. Esposito is highly off her line. Got her Angelia. Open things up for Heramo. Christensen, heavy touch. Kept it away from French. Long ball. Might be a fine one too. Looked for a second, could have held up. Forced Edwards to chase onto. As Pantazanis. Edwards. Musto has entered. Her first touch, got it to Valhopoulos. As French. Don't apply too much power for the pass targeted towards Kalia. Had got rather chilly around the stadium, of course. The Darwin Creek borders the stadium and the Northland Shopping Centre rather. So despite there being no wind, the chill certainly settled in. Of course, the South Melbourne men's side currently playing away from home against the Port Melbourne Sharks at JL Murphy Reserve. That one kicking off 16 minutes ago. The women's side, for the meantime, have Miata shifting gear for Heidelberg. Esposito, who's been one of the highlight players so far today for South. Lived up to every task she's had forthcoming. So the benches were called upon and substitutions were made at half time for the home side. Musto taking place on the pitch. Dare I say, Papalia made away. Valhopoulos the target. Might be a double change for that matter. Edwards also entering the fray for Bererio in a fullback position. So the double change. Called by Luis Paredes. Pantazanis kept it alive. Edwards got it back, kept it alive neatly until Edwards got in the way. Lockhart to Miata. Musto towards the back post. Galia the target. Esposito off her line. She had to quickly settle her feet to claim it. It was up in the air. As a bouncing ball goes towards McAuliffe. Backtracking was French. Galuccio, no nonsense, right into the South Melbourne dugout. Looks like it might be a reshuffle of shape also for Heidelberg, with Musto and Lockhart leading the line. Lockhart looks as if she's been dragged out to the more left side of the field. Left winger position perhaps. The intended shape. As that ball bouncing all the way through, looked as if Christensen had a sniff. As Heidelberg have their spell in possession, now to have a look around the grounds, see what's occurred across round 6. Of course, not quite the round so far. Box Hill were at home last night. We'll confirm that in a moment, just as we get the scores loaded. As Valhopoulos in the centre of the park versus Lockhart. The substitute Edwards made an overlapping run. First touch not the greatest. Ball went towards the Musto area. Galuccio went long. Galea the target. Kept the ball finally. Got it out wide. Lockhart, flag's gone up. The ball had gone in. The home side with an ominous message to South. Rabin just using her body and intelligence to create the move, which Lockhart had finished, though the official linesman raising his flag for offside. Meanwhile, flag stays down this time. South are on and they're in behind. Ball in the box to Christensen, heavy touch. That could have been their second. Dare I say, should have been their second. Brilliant ball from Edwards. Christensen had to take it first time. She took a touch. A little bit too heavy. The number 9 has it bounce off of her back, which allowed for Edwards to find the keeper to clear. This game well and truly coming a lot more alive than what it was in the first. Rapp, fantastic. Sebwoods, edge of the area. Potential chance for South once more. Musto happy to concede the corner. Mind the early confusion surrounding games around the grounds. The Box Hill men's side were at home last night. And the losers on that occasion. They are playing the Royals, however, today in the NPLW as Bailey couldn't claim. Box Hill were at Keys, Cross Keys Reserve today against the Essendon Royals, who have beaten both the sides playing here today. And the Royals had gotten a victory against United, 2-1 the final score. As once again at the near post, South were looking to try find a player. Bailey equal to both tasks. Bouncing ball not dealt with. Heidelberg looked to break. Lockhart, flag stays down this time. Tried finding Galea. Lockhart getting busy. Looked like she was about to wind up for the shot. Valhopoulos, edge of the area, kept it alive. Lockhart trying to go through the traffic. Sebwoods, happy to go forward. Christensen has a bit of space and time. She waits for the cavalry. Fine pass to pick out Rapp. Sliding to keep the move forthcoming. Ball towards the captain. Galuccio ushering that towards Bailey. Of course, at the home of the Matildas today, Alamein faced Brunswick, just near the La Trobe University. Alamein with the victory. Another 2-1 result. 2 in a row for Alamein. Of course, they were on the receiving end in the opening round fixture here at Olympic Park against Heidelberg. A 2-0 result to the home side on that occasion. Chip pass towards Valhopoulos. She heads back towards Musto, who let fly. Esposito watched along as the ball sailed out of play. And the fixture between Burundara Kerry Eagles has commenced at the Venator Club. They take on Calder United, who were winners at Kilo Lodge on Sunday, which was the closing match across all Victorian competitions. The 2-1 victory against Bentley. They started brightly, found their goals courtesy of Larissa Walsh, who was on the brace that day, took home the match ball. Bentley are away at BT Connor Reserve tomorrow against the Preston Lions. One more fixture remaining in round 6. It comes on Wednesday at the Venator Club, where Bulleen take on FV Emerging as Miata went towards the box. Musto into play with Lockhart. South settling behind the ball. Getting stuck in was Edwards. Toretto got it away, and Christensen made a forward run, as did Edwards. A lot of space, and she receives. Flag stays down until the official put the flag up to indicate the offside. She was, of course, in an onside position. The pass being a bit too delayed, which saw her venture into the offside position. So Bulleen currently in first place. It's Essendon just behind them. Same point tally, different goal differences. And of course, Bulleen have a game in hand. As that ball's gone in, cleared by Toretto. Mano away for the meantime. As Heidelberg make the change. Residing to the bench was Torre. It's their third of the afternoon. Trying to find some confirmation on the play that has entered the park. And you look through the notes and can't exactly clarify who that is for the meantime. We'll try to find some confirmation on it shortly. As Musto. Edwards was wide. Valhopoulos more central. She was cut off. Avoiding the danger and kept venturing forward with South. This is where they've looked promising. McAuliffe tried flicking it on to the midfield runner. couldn't do so. Now Heidelberg want to break. Miata. Searching ball forward. And by her own standards, not well and true at all, and she concedes possession. Valhopoulos controlling. Musto fizzed it in towards Lockhart. Esposito judging the pace of the ball. Claims. Christensen was the target. Edwards no nonsense. Gets in the way. Lino going for Papatsana's throw. Yada. Very technical. Incisive. Galea trying to link things up. Pass a bit too heavy for Valhopoulos. Getting busy in the engine room now with South as Christensen and Edwards collided. McAuliffe was the last player. Bailey happy to get things moving quickly. French venturing further up the right side of the pitch. Now South on a venture forward. They had a bit of time there, South. Galuccio happy to clean things up. There's a bit of time surrounding that move. Had options in wider areas of the pitch. McAuliffe the target. They finally clear Heidelberg for now. Lockhart has to judge the bounce. Katzanis. There for South. Long ball forward from Westland. Not going anywhere. So much like the first half. And now notice South winning the ball in the engine room, making things work where it matters. Of course, Heidelberg are chasing the game. One ball forward from Galuccio and Musto. Intelligent, back to Edwards. Lofting ball for the keeper. Yada, not on the same wavelength. Cutting it off. As Edwards. Great ball towards Christensen. They queue up in the box. Ball goes in towards the captain, whose header hasn't gone out of play. Fizzed in with some pace. And McAuliffe unable to generate the direction she would have wanted. As Edwards. Going in firm, they were. Miata had to be careful. Was so Galea. Attending to Hermano's attempts of a cross. You've seen Rapp in this second half also come alive in the engine room. Getting things up in defence and allowing for play to continue up the pitch for South. As this play will be stopped. The flag had gone up. As the sun has well and truly began to set around Olympic Park, the floodlights called upon. I'd see them at the very dying embers of the first half. I feel like this one hasn't exactly come to its boiling point yet. Judging by last week and what we've seen throughout the season from the home side. They love to leave things late, as Lockhart. She likes a special moment. That one won't be one of those. Nano, intelligent, away from Galea. Miata settles her feet and gets the ball away to Musto. They have quite the understanding. Galea had it trapped. Conceded possession. Wrap. Distributes nicely. Pantazanis with a bit of space and time. Christensen in a wide area. She receives. Pantazanis. Trying to generate some movement on the right side of the park. Christensen a little bit late. Yellow card issued. She wanted to venture more centrally, and in doing so, lost the ball and cleaned up her opponent. Rabin back up on her feet. Heidelberg will settle further up in the South Melbourne half. Galuccio. Happy to recycle. Substitute has to use her fresh legs to get to the ball. She does. And finds a Musto. In the wide area. Ball went across. Find the deflection. Corner kick Heidelberg. South only played 4 games so far this season. Victory here today will catapult them into 8th place. Currently sat in 11th. The 1 win, 1 draw and 2 losses. Of course, the victory coming against the Bentley Greens on a 4-1 result as that ball's gone over everybody's head. Nearly at the back post, arriving late was Lockhart. On for Musto. Jostle across and do it all over again. As for Heidelberg, currently in 6th place. 2 wins, a draw and 2 losses so far. And they have been scoring an offensive record. Not the greatest, -1 score difference. As the clearance from South was made. Galuccio. Miata, instructed by Valhopoulos to go wide to Musto. Very patient and crafty was Musto. The overlap came from Galuccio. Musto, perhaps too clever, had conceded possession. South players certainly thought it was their ball. Galuccio from the throw-in. Trying to direct it towards the wide area. A lot of congestion. The area in which Musto was involved in. Christensen wins the header. It concedes possession. So it's been stuck here for a fragment of time now. South want to try and move it across the park. They do so. McAuliffe ahead of Lejajic. Looks like she's going to keep going until she forced the foul. Heidelberg get possession back. So they're now having a spell, the Burgers. Haven't exactly registered an effort upon Esposito's goal yet. That has been clear cut. Galea couldn't go around Edamano. Long throw-in taken. To no real effect. Sedwoods. Kalev trying to open things up. Christensen making her counterpart work for it. And sliding to intervene was Edwards. Of course, does have the fresh legs, having been a substitute. Possession hard to come by for either side at the meantime in this last 10-minute spell. Heidelberg have had their fair share of it. South, however, looking a lot more effective when in the ball. A fantastic pass for Jajic. The flag had gone up. The idea was definitely there. Musto is ahead of Galuccio. She was trying to make a run in behind. Here is Musto. Valhopoulos. Measured pass. Lockhart. Shifting onto her right boot. They've gone down in the area. Penalty called. Van Diesen in the right spot. The home side of the water, the penalty. They worked it forward. Valhopoulos with the pass. Penalty. Looks like it will be taken by Fretch. Lockhart tried to get onto her right boot, going down in the area was Rabin. So this to level things up. The Burgers have the penalty. French with the responsibility. Esposito has been performing supremely well so far for South. This her biggest task. Tense moments at Olympic Park. As French has it denied initially, but it's been bundled in. The keeper made the save. The power perhaps too much for Esposito to keep it at bay. French equalises for Heidelberg. It's one apiece in the traditional derby. Keeper had gone towards her right. The ball remaining in a more central region. Despite that, Esposito unable to keep it out. Unsure why the stream has put Lockhart's name on there. It was French, the goal scorer. And for good measure, Beata ran in to just smash the ball home. Esposito unlucky. She had gotten across. Definitely thought the attacker was going to go more to her left, being the keeper's right. Let's tie things up here. From a neutral perspective, you felt as if it's in Heidelberg's DNA trying to level things and remain proactive. They have done so. Well, South in the second half looking that little bit shinier when they do venture forward. There's Musto. Was that a handball? Van Diesen position. Rabin was away, as was French. Options in the centre. Rabin, one of them. Esposito calling for some calm. Happy to send it long. Sebwoods confronting Galuccio, who wins the header. Galea. Musto. So composed and powerful. Measures the pass to Galea. Confronted with Rapp. Galea earned the ball back. French. Romano also getting involved. Stops the play for the meantime. Throw in Heidelberg. Musto teasing on the edge of the area. French. Crosses towards the near post. Hopes to find Rabin. Esposito tried something a little bit fruitful. That's a brilliant pass forward. Here comes South. Cross towards the back post. Sebwoods was never going to arrive. Cross never really shaped with any purpose. This game well and truly wide open now. It feels as if there's another goal in it. It might be the winner for either side. There's Galea. Flag stayed down. Romano bounces back off Galea. Long ball forward. Wasn't dealt with. Lockhart. Applying some pressure to Papatzanis. Edwards. Miata through Galuccio. Heidelberg trying to push the envelope perhaps. 8 of their 11 players higher up the pitch. As Galea. Edwards at the near posts. That cross goes well and truly over the crossbar. Too much shape on it from the captain. French. Valhopoulos. Couldn't find the pass. Galea kept it alive. French with Valhopoulos. Her cross, a fine one towards Lockhart. Rabin also at the back post. Lockhart getting stuck in. Uses her body well. A bit too wide for Edwards. Galuccio just ensuring at the back they keep it tidy. Bailey down the guts. Valhopoulos got the pass away momentarily. This one back and forth. Musto wants to venture. Rabin. It could be a chance here. Rabin now gets her shot away! The crowd applaud. That could have been the moment. Once she was away from Rapp, he thought as if the net might have bulged. 10 minutes left of regular play. The South on a plate out the back. Then Dulles, the substitute. Not able to trap. Lockhart. Pantazanas. Apply some pressure. Lockhart. Good use of the body. Got the ball away. Edwards. They queue up at the back post. Central region, the ball went. Musto attempted a flick. Esposito's been busy. Jajic trying to combine with Candilas. They've swapped flanks. Christensen, left side of the field. As Seb Woods with Valhopoulos. Advantage ever played. Free kick for South. The two number 8s. Outside the area. We're involved. Valhopoulos gave the foul away. Seb Woods drew it. Christensen, the furthest option. And Dillas, more central. This ball's going to be swung in. Fine delivery. Christensen the target. Bailey came a long way, hadn't made contact. She scrambles back to her line. Christensen shielding the ball, waiting for the reinforcements. For Jajic. They move it out wide. Taranto thought about taking the shot on. Nothing bothering Bailey. As the ball's going to bounce towards Gilly Lockhart. Wants to keep going. Taranto intervening. As French intervened. Galuccio trying to force the pass to Valhopoulos. She got stuck in. The captain went towards Christensen, who's got the afterburners on. Big chance for South Melbourne. Side netting. Well, 3 goals in 3 games for their number 9. That was her best of the afternoon in terms of chances she's had. It's a brilliant ball in behind from McAuliffe. The afterburners were applied. Surprised the net hasn't rippled. Well, it did in fact, but not the back of it. And Dillas. Superb in the heart of midfield. They were South. Edwards getting stuck in. Musto. Taranto there to apply some defensive pressure. Edwards trying to draw the foul. Van Diesen thought otherwise. Had to earn it. Westland kept going. Got the pass away. McAuliffe keeps going. Captain trying to shift onto her left boot. McAuliffe! That would have been special. Had some shape on it. Tremendous effort to get the ball onto her left boot. That's where South have looked a lot more promising in comparison to their rivals. A lot more intent when they attack. Certainly displayed that intent today. Top of the crossbar. The ball went towards on that shot. Bailey, though not looking worried, certainly would have had a bit of concern regarding that effort. As Lockhart lost out. Candilas. Edwards sliding. For corner being awarded to South. 4.5 minutes left of regulation time. He feels if there's a twist in the tail left in this one. South have the chance to find that moment. Westland the short option. Miata cutting that off. Ball swung in from Christensen towards the near post. She'll get a second attempt to go for it again. Christensen let fly, and it's gone all the way through. Big goalkeeper calamity from Mia Bailey. That's 4 in 4 games for the South Melbourne number 9. You talk about moments in derbies. There's a tremendous one from Christensen. McAuliffe's side take the lead late on at Olympic Park. Ball just dipping so cruelly for Bailey to deal with. Upon trying to claim it, it went through the gates. So South lead. How will the home side respond? They do have it within them, of course. It feels as if right from the kickoff, they're going to throw the kitchen sink at this one. Galuccio, all game she's been trying to venture further up the park to make things happen. Long ball forward, Musto the intended target. Cleaning up at the back, they were South. Musto, Valhopoulos, to apply some pressure. She kept going, Valhopoulos. But Jajic opened the scoring, got the ball out wide to Irmano. They're happy to just buy their time. Irmano was waiting for the reinforcements to come. They never arrived for South. Heidelberg back in possession. Miata. Can she provide that magical moment? Musto. Swings across in. Galea. Use their body, nobody home. Edwards thumping it forward. It might sit up. It rolls supremely towards the path of Musto. The flag had gone up. I don't think it could have rolled any more perfect towards the number 17. Not the result the Burgers were after. A desperate one for South Melbourne. Of course, still have the round 2 fixture to be replayed at BT Connor Reserve against the Preston Lions. That's on the 8th of May. Their round 7 fixture comes on Saturday at Lakeside. Face the Burundara Kerry Eagles. And if the scores remain the same, or they put this one to bed following this counter attack, it's a much needed win for South, and they could seal it here. As Edwards made that a real task, the keeper was there to claim. She has conceded the corner. Of course, Bailey and Jansevsky, mini ruse. And, well, playing on the international stage at a youth level together. Some family ties between the Jansevskis and Baileys. She's confronted with another corner at South possess. As Musto, they evade the danger South, Heidelberg rather. Westland. McAuliffe there to apply some pressure. And she's earned the ball for South. Deep in the penalty area. Cross towards the back post. Rising was Cantillas at the back post. She awaits the cavalry. They're happy to bleed the clock. They have the lead. course, South's only victory this season was at Lakeside in round 1. So a much needed result. There's no Nike Cup they can play in. Heidelberg forced that issue. Christensen. Force the envelope today and grab what could be the winning goal. As the Burgers want to venture forward. Lockhart controlled. Miata went over the top. Edwards to Lockhart. Valhopoulos wide. She receives. Galea in the centre, as was Edwards. Miata, fine pass. Musto. Galea, she found the equaliser last week. The goal scorer French with the captain, McAuliffe, who cleared. Luis Spiridis caught the ball and got it moving quickly for his side. Nearly in, we are in the stoppage time era of the match. Uncertain on how much we have left of it. And South look to make a substitute. Bailey has players demanding for the ball further up the pitch. Lockhart got the header away. Edwards found Musto. She's been lively in trying to make things work. Lucio dispatched forward. South withstanding the pressure for now. McAuliffe. Edwards made a forward run. And got round Galluccio. Bailey quickly off her line. Great goalkeeping to stop the chance. As Lockhart flicked on. Galea trying to apply some pressure. Esposito, the last line of defence. Esposito, whoa, taking the game on at this late stage. Bold strategy. As remaining on the deck was a Heidelberg player. It was Lockhart, in fact. Back up on her feet. Feels as if there's not much time left in this one. Bit of uncertainty around how much time we had left in it. I wonder if this is going to affect the proceedings. Esposito rolls. Long ball forward from South. Galluccio. Got it away from danger. McAuliffe trying to earn the foul. Does so. That could be all she wrote. South want to move it quickly. Christensen evades the tackle. Benches forward. Pass too heavy for Westland. Is there one last roll of the dice? South Melbourne want to try close up shop. Their number 9 residing through the bench. The difference maker on the occasion. Christensen continues her fine goal scoring patch of form. Might just be the player of the match. Unless there's a twist in the tail. Galea went over the top. Musto the target. Valhopoulos has to keep it alive, you'd feel, for Heidelberg. It'd be all systems go. Got all the way back to the keeper. Van Diesen having a glance upon her watch. Galluccio. There's runners forward. Can she pick one out? Musto. Receive the ball. There's a lot of space for Galea. She was never found. Lucio had to be tall. Running hard was the substitute. Another glance upon the watch of the official. Deep into stoppage time. The bragging rights of the traditional derby still up for grabs. South with the lead. Is there a twist in the tail? French, the goal scorer for the Burgers this afternoon, trying to rekindle possession late on. Galea got it moving. Musto. Happy with the throw-in. We're late in this one. Valhopoulos was the target. They've earned a corner. Is there one last roll of the dice? Galuccio entering the box. The ball's flung in towards the near post. No Bergen's shirts there. Valhopoulos couldn't trap the ball, and that might be all she wrote. Esposito has the goal kick. You feel like it will be the last play of the game. What will be their second win of the season. South Melbourne were desperate for it, and they've finally earned it. The points, all three of them taken back to the south of Melbourne. They've come to Olympic Park and earned the victory. And what was a fierce battle between two very long-standing rivals. The fans disperse around Olympic Park. Full time in the traditional derby. Heidelberg United 1, South Melbourne 2. That's going to conclude our coverage of this round 6 fixture. I've been Adam Palombi. We thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, thank you and good night.